Hi guys, it's Rach. Every year on a glorious weekend in September, Imats, or the International Makeup Artist Trade Show, comes to Sydney. And it's basically a space where a whole heap of brands come together to sell their makeup, and there's also demonstrations and tutorials and competitions and body art and crazy special effects makeup and things like that. It all comes together. It's basically a makeup enthusiast's happy place. It happened a couple of weekends ago. There was a lot of makeup for sale, money was exchanged, and I bought a lot of stuff basically. So today I'm going to be sharing with you an Imats haul. Yay! Hopefully you guys are excited. I'm excited to be able to finally play with all this stuff because I've had to keep it all in its like boxes and things so I could show you guys it looking all nice and pretty. Let's start off with PM Studio because that is the first place I spent a ridiculously amount of time in line at. PM Studio is a store in Sydney and it sells a variety of different makeup, a lot of professional brands of makeup and a lot of brands that you can't necessarily get in store in Australia. The first thing that I picked up is a couple of palettes from Viseart. I have wanted to try this brand for a very long time, have heard many good things about it. I ended up picking up two palettes. The first is an eyeshadow palette. This is the Paris Nude 06 palette. It's a shimmery palette. It has some gorgeous cool and warm tone shade. This one's definitely swung more cool, which is generally what I prefer on me, so that was why I decided to pick this palette up. However, I was coveting the other two palettes that they had there, and I definitely think I'll be picking up more eyeshadows from them. I think this was about $75. I will list prices in the description box below because I don't remember everything that I had. There'll also be a list of products that I show you, so don't fret. Make sure you check the description box. There'll be a whole heap of information there. Anyway, absolutely gorgeous eyeshadows, so pigmented, so creamy, so easy to blend. I've only had a chance to play around with this a teeny tiny little bit, but already I am in love and I can see why so many people love this brand. The other palette that I got is this one here. This is the Corrector Camouflage palette in 01. This has some really creamy concealers and correctors there. We have some of my more like skin color shades. We have some darker shades which I have used for not so much contouring. We have a little bit of contouring, more like cream bronzing. We have a green shade here to cancel out redness, a red shade here to cancel out like the blueness and things like that. Really great quality, particularly for a palette which I find sometimes can be a little bit hard and a little bit difficult to work with. These seem very creamy, very emollient, and I can't wait to play around with these a little bit more. So they were some of my favorite purchases of the day. Along with this next product here, this is from Coquette, a brand that I've heard quite a bit about on blogs and online but haven't had a chance to try myself. This is their Mani Finish Moisture Foundation. This one has got quite a cult following, again, in the professional industry. I believe it was like one of the foundations that was used on Sex and the City. It's been around for like 25 years. It's really favorited by a lot of people. Nice squeezy tube. I got the shade 113 and this just blends into the skin so seamlessly. I do have it on my face today, however I've got other products and spot concealing and things like that as well. It looks like skin, but it makes your skin look better, if that makes sense. It is buildable, like the initial coverage is like light to light medium, but you can build it up, or I prefer to go in with a concealer afterwards, but overall it gives a really nice hydrated look to the skin. Really enjoying that so far. PM Studios also sell Makeup Forever, and I did pick up one product from them. It is the Makeup Forever Duo Matte Powder Foundation. This one was recently spoken about by Lauren Curtis, saying that she liked it for foundation touch-ups, so I wanted to give it a go. Traditionally, I haven't found a lot of coverage from powder foundations in the past, but initial test of this, I found that it did actually give some coverage. Don't know about its mattifying qualities yet, haven't had a chance to wear it all day, but I got the shade 201 and it definitely gives you some coverage. So I'm really looking forward to playing around with that a little bit more and seeing how I can make that work for me. Finally, from PM Studios, I picked up some lashes. These are handmade lashes. They're ethically sourced from Helen Dowsley, who I think is an Australian makeup artist. These usually sell for $50 for a pack of 10 in the PM Studios store, but they were selling for $35 on the day, which for 10 sets of lashes I think is pretty good value. I got the favorites, which are ones that are quite wispy, quite crisscrossy and definitely flare out at the end. Another award for a ridiculously long line and wait time could be given to MAC. They do have a pro stand there where they offer 20% off on the day. However, I don't know if that 20% is necessarily worth it given the amount of time that you can spend waiting in line at MAC. I did, however, feed my ever-growing concealer addiction and picked one thing up. I got the Pro Concealer and Corrector palette in the shade Light. Here you have 6 concealers and correctors, something that I've wanted to try for a very long time, and I think I'll get a lot of use out of it. I just don't know if the wait was worth it, but the 20% discount is 20% off, so. Last Imats was my first chance at trying Velour Lashes, and I decided to pick up a few more. These are mink eyelashes. I got 3 different sets, and I believe these were on sale for $25 each. I got the Doll Me Up lashes. These ones are quite wispy and fluttery. I think they're quite dramatic too, at least for me, but we'll see how they go. I'm looking forward to playing around with these a little bit. I also picked up the Whispie Sweet Nothings, which I think is a relatively new style for them, or a style at least they didn't have last year when I picked up some lashes. These are just full, really wispy styles. And then the last style I grabbed was the Extra Oomph lashes, and these are kind of like half lashes or 2/3 lashes, I would say. Oh, and I've just dropped something. What did I drop? Oh, it was a card. It's okay, don't stress. So I do prefer half lashes and things like that. I find that these are easier to apply, so I thought I would give these ones a go. Brushes is something that I'm always on the hunt for, and I always seem to gravitate towards when I'm at Imats. I picked up a few different brushes from a few different brands. The first one I'm going to talk about is Inglot. I picked up one thing from Inglot, and it was the Inglot 4SS brush. They had a ridiculously long wait, so much so that you had to just put your name down and you could come back half an hour to even an hour later and they may still not have called your name to pay for your products. But in the end, I was glad that I did get this brush. It's something that I've had on my wish list for a very long time, thanks to the lovely Sharon Farrell. She used to use this a lot in her videos, and it's just a unique kind of brush. I think it would be great for powder and concealer underneath the eyes. I also think it'd be great for contouring, and it's something that I don't quite have a brush this size in my collection. I also finally succumbed to purchasing some Rae Morris brushes. Rae Morris is an Australian makeup artist who is very famous, very popular around the world, and she has a range of brushes that are very expensive. I thought I'd pick up 2 brushes that were quite unique, something that I didn't have in my collection. I haven't even opened them because I wanted to show you guys all pretty and packaged. We're going to open them together. Ooh. Did not work as nice as I planned. Oop, here we go. So this is the number 26 Radiance brush. Oh, it's so soft. This one you can use for applying powder or foundation. It's really quite a unique way, and I don't even know if I'm going to particularly like it, but I wanted to give it a go because I do know some people that really like this brush, so I'm looking forward to testing it out. These were quite pricey. They did have 10% off, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that this brush still retails for around $100 or a bit over $100. The other brush that I got in here is the number 3 Ultimate Cheekbone. This one is an angled one. It's supposed to be really good for contouring. Again, I do love my contour. Very soft, so I'm looking forward to playing around with that and seeing if I can give myself some really sculpted, like Victoria's Secret model cheekbones. Don't know. Don't have them naturally, but maybe this will help me fake it. I will come back to some more brushes, but I did want to show you guys some products I picked up from LA Splash Cosmetics, brand that I've never tried before, but I was hoping that this might be a little bit of a diamond in the rough. That's one thing about Imats, is sometimes you find random brands or random products that you never would have tried before, and then they can either turn out to be amazing or they can turn out to be complete crap. But you never know, so you got to give it a try. These I think were $10 each, and I got the LA Splash Splash Proof Sealer Eyeshadow Sealer and Base. They were testing this and showing me using like a glitter pigment and using this to sort of apply on the skin and then apply the glitter, and the glitter just didn't flake away. It set and stayed. They also said that I could use this as an eyeshadow base to really keep your eyeshadows in place, stop them from creasing, things like that. So I thought I would give it a go. You never know, it could turn out to be horrible, but like I said, the demonstration that they were doing with the glitter was working really well. And I also picked up 2 of their glitter liners. These were also $10 each. I got a brownie bronzy shade, and I also got a purple shade. These are really pretty, something that I thought I could have a little bit of fun with. I wanted to give a shout out to the Lime Crime marketing person or PR person, whoever came up with this giant bag here. Genius. This bag is bigger than the Imats bag that you get when you sort of walk in. So no matter what you bought, even if you bought one of everything from the store, you wouldn't need a bag this size. But everyone got one. So in the end, everybody was putting all their stuff into their Lime Crime bags. So if you didn't know what the event was and you saw people walking around outside, you would have thought that it was Lime Crime event, not Imats. So well done. I have never tried the Lime Crime lipsticks, which I thought was very bad beauty YouTuber of me. So I decided to pick up two. The first one that I picked up was Coquette, which is one of their most popular ones. However, I believe it has recently been reformulated. It is a nudie color. It used to be more pinky nude. I believe it's a little bit more brown now, which is a shame. I never understand why companies that have really, really popular cult products reformulate them. But anyway, I thought I would give that one a go, see how I like it. It's quite a matte formula there. The other shade that I got was a little bit fun, a little bit more me, and that is Centrifuschia. Again, they have this sort of bullet packaging, purple with the holographic stars and the unicorns. Kind of cute. I feel like it's a little bit childish, but still fun. And this one here is a really bright pinky fuchsia shade. Love this for the summer months, and I found that I did wear this once and it had quite a staining quality to it. So even when the lipstick wore away, your lips still had a little bit of a stain, a little bit of color to them. So I thought that was nice. This one's definitely more creamy and easier to apply than Coquette, but I'm going to play around with these a little bit more and I will report back to you on those. And then the last product that I picked up from Lime Crime is one of their Velvetines, one of their newer shades. Oh my goodness, this is again one of my favorite products that I picked up on the day. Why couldn't I have found this during our autumn and winter? This is the Velvetine in Wicked. It looks like quite a blood red shade in the tube, but when you apply it, it almost can blend out to a really pretty burgundy berry shade. It just screams Rachael color. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. And the formula of these is so unique. They do dry to a matte kind of velvet finish, but they're not like a velvet lip cream. They go on quite liquidy and almost like a stain. I do think that the doe foot applicator is a complete and utter waste. If you want to get a nice clean line on lips, you're going to have to use a lip brush, but I don't mind because they're just so unique and oh, I love this color so much. Last few things I have to show you. One of them is yet further highlighting my addiction to concealer, another concealer. I did pick this up from PM Studios, but I forgot to mention it earlier. This is the Cover FX Cream Concealer, and I got the shade N Extra Light. This is one of these supposed to be heavy duty, full coverage concealers in a tube. I'm really looking forward to this. I have played around with it a little bit doing some spot concealing, and it does seem to be really heavy duty, really long wearing. I also picked up some more brushes because I just don't have enough brushes clearly. One of them was from Crown Brushes. I did pick up just one from them. Really great affordable brushes. It's this one here. This was $4 I believe, and it's just a really, really small, kind of a bit like a cross between a flat shader brush and a dome shadow brush, but like on a teeny tiny scale. And I thought this would be good for spot concealing. That's kind of what I've been playing around using it for, and so far I quite like it. It's sort of thick enough to and sturdy enough to apply the concealer, but also it has enough softness in it that I can kind of blend around the edges. It would not be an Imats for me if I didn't have the lovely little orange bag here from Hakuhodo. I picked up 5 brushes or 4 or 5 brushes from them. Some of these were repeat purchases because that's how much I love the brushes. So the first brush that I have here is the J210 BKSL. This is like a fluffy kind of domed face brush. It's really, really soft, something that I could use for the cheeks, for contouring, for powder, whatever. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the MAC 109 brush, but so much softer. I also got a repeat purchase of the J163HS brush. This one is just a really tiny little angled eyeliner or eyebrow brush. I tend to use this for both my brows and for eyeliner. That's why I decided to pick up a second one. I also got another eyeliner brush because I'm forever on the search for the perfect sort of gel eyeliner application brush. This is the J210 BKSL. I got another backup of my J5523 brush, which is just a domed shadow brush, very similar to MAC's 217, but again a lot softer. And then the last brush that I got here was the J103 BKSL brush. I stopped by the Embryo Leaf stand to pick up my La Creme concentrate. This is a staple of mine. I get it once a year at Imats and it tends to last me for the whole year. It's just a great moisturizer to put on before I apply my makeup each day. It's no mess, no fuss, it doesn't have any fragrances in it. It's great for sensitive skin and it just gives me a nice hydrated base to apply my makeup each day. And they also gave a couple of samples of their other products, which I thought was nice as well. And the last items that I purchased from Imats are these shadow shields. It's something that I've wanted to try for a very long time, but again I've just never gotten around to buying them. These were I think $7.90 from Rouge Boutique or something like that, just a random store that I came across right at the end of the day, but I thought they'd be good particularly for trying new eyeshadows, but also to use them to create more like defined winged eyeshadow looks. So they were all the items that I purchased at Imats. I did manage to meet the social media manager of Gerard Cosmetics. She came up to us later in the afternoon when we'd gone across the road to PJ Gallagher's for a few drinks and nibbles, and she did give us a couple of products to try from Gerard Cosmetics. I got the lipstick in Tequila Sunrise. It's a really pretty peachy pink colour. Not typically a Rachael colour, but I have been playing around with it to see how I can use it to make it work for me. And then I also got one of the Gerard Cosmetics lip glosses. This is in the shade Seduction. Really pretty packaging. It does have the mirror on the back and then the light up lip gloss wand there, so you can kind of see your lip product application when you're in a dark place. So I'm really looking forward to trying them because I have wanted to try some Gerard Cosmetics in the past, and I'm looking forward to maybe picking up a few more products from their website. Whew, okay, that is a lot of makeup, but I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what I picked up from Imats. I wanted to say a massive thank you to all of you who I met on the Saturday. It was so nice to be able to see you guys in real life and to have hugs and to take photos and to be able to chat about makeup and see what you had purchased, because a lot of you were master shoppers and had already done a ton of shopping before I even got to see you. So it was awesome to be able to chat. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's so cool to be able to physically meet people in real life. It just makes the whole YouTube experience that much more real and that much more worth it, and it makes me so motivated to be able to hang out with you guys in real life. I also wanted to say a big thank you to the YouTubers that I met and got to hang out with. I had so much fun being able to talk about YouTube and behind the scenes of YouTube with you. It is always great to catch up, and even if Imats is the only chance that we get to catch up, it's still like seeing old friends, and I love that about the whole experience and the whole weekend that surrounds Imats. So that's it from me. I'm going to end this video before I ramble on too much longer. Let me know in the comments below what products you specifically want to see in future videos. I am planning a little hybrid get ready with me / first impressions / demo / makeup tutorial featuring as many products as I can from Imats, so that will be coming up soon. Look out for that. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss a video, and I'll talk to you guys all next time.